Hello everyone, and welcome back to another instructional video for CET. I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe. Yesterday we went over some skills regarding finding the slope between 2 points. Today we're going to do a little bit of a continuation on that, and I saw that some people actually went online and viewed this video yesterday, so if it was some help to you, I am very happy to hear that. We are going to actually review one of those problems because I had some comments that a few people were a little bit unsure of how I arrived at a particular answer. So I'm going to go over that problem once again, and then we will move forward with another slope problem. A little bit more difficult, but really easy to do. Just have to follow the steps and you'll be fine. Okay, so the problem yesterday that I received comments on is for -1 and for -8. Okay. Now, once again, the formula when you're finding slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Very simple strategy. All you do is have to plug in your points initially. Your first number is always going to be x1, then y1, x2, and y2. And then you just plug them in accordingly. So, as we see here, once again, the 4 is x1, so I would plug in this number here. The 4 over here is x2, so I would plug it in here, and so on for the top row. y2, noted, is here, -8, and y1 is noted here with -1. So I will let you go ahead and plug those in. So after you plug them in and you work the problem, you should come out with a -7/0. Okay? So at the top, you'll have a -8 minus -1. When you plug it in, that's what you should have here. And then on the bottom, you should have a 4 minus 4. Okay? Your answer should come out to be -7/0, which ultimately is going to be undefined. Anytime you have a number over 0, your answer is going to be undefined. I'm sorry if you couldn't see that. So anytime you have a number over 0, that's going to be undefined. Got it? Got it? Good. Okay. I hope that added a little bit of clarification to any questions that you may have had. Also, just in case you have attempted to do some problems finding the slope that has fractions in them, I will actually do one for you now, and I'll let you write along with me as I'm writing the problem. It is 3, -1/2. And the second parentheses is -1/3, 1/5. Okay, got it? Okay. Once again, all you need to do is plug in the numbers subtract the numbers, make sure you follow the signs, whether they're negative or positive, and you should come out with the right answer with no problem. So with a fraction, it's a little bit different. So with a fraction, the first thing you need to do is, once again, x1, y1, x2, y2. Plug them in according to what the formula for slope is, and then you'll have your first and second step out of the way, okay? Now, once you have it set up, you should have 1/5 minus 1/2 at the top. Those should be your y's. 1/5 minus 1/2. And at the bottom, you should have a negative 1/3 minus 3. Okay? I'll repeat that. 1/5 minus 1/2. And at the bottom, you should have a negative 1/3 minus 3. Okay? Now, the next thing you need to do is pull all of your denominators. And as we know, your denominators are your bottom numbers in your fractions. So, here are my denominators, the 2, the 3, and the 5. You're going to line them up and then simply multiply them. So 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 times 5 is 30. I'll write that out. 2 times 3 equals 6, and then 6 times 5 equals 30. Okay? Now, once you do that, you should take your 30 and divide it by your denominators, or divide your denominators into 30. Okay, so you remember how we spoke one moment ago about how we arrived at the number 30. So all you need to do is now take your 30. I hope you can see that. You will divide 5, your denominator here, will go into 30 6 times. Okay, and then your next denominator, where are we? 2, this is your other denominator, 2 will go into 30 15 times, or 30 divided by 2 is 15, okay? Once again, 5 will go into 30, or 30 divided into 5 parts will be 6, and then 2 divided into 30 is 15. My 5 came from this number. My 2 came from this number, or 2 of my denominators. So that's why now I have 6 minus 15. Very same strategy at the bottom. Okay? So we have a 3 here. 3 will go into 30 10 times. This is where we have our 3 from, our original 3. 3 divided into 30, negative 10 times, because this is a negative 1/3. Okay? So 3 will go into 30, a negative 10 times. And then, since this is a whole number, all we do is multiply. 30 times 3 is 90. Okay? Can you see that? Okay. Okay. Okay, let's see. So we are almost done. And once you complete your final steps, you will have 6 minus 15 will be a negative 9. 6 minus 15 will be a negative 9. And negative 10 minus 90 is going to be a negative 100. Anytime you have two negatives, a negative divided into a negative will be a positive, okay? So your answer will be just a positive 9 over 100. Okay, did you get that? All right. So once again, when you are working with fractions and you are attempting to find the slope between 2 points with a fraction, remember, simply plug in your numbers, your fractions, just as we did with our regular whole numbers. Very easy. Follow x1, y2, x2, y2. Plug it in for slope, which is your formula where you're lining them up one on top of the other. And then you have to take your denominators. You are going to multiply your denominators only until you come at the answer, or come to the answer, which was 2 times 3. And then that answer times 5, and we arrived at 30, okay? From that point, you just simply subtract the numbers, make sure you watch your negatives and your positives, and your answer should come out completely fine. I hope that this video helped you to be able to work some slope problems a little bit easier. And if you have any problems, or if you have anything that you need to ask me, you can send me an email. My email is carterk@mcc.edu, and I hope everything is well and safe with you and your family. Take care until next time.